It's 4 o'clock on a Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another exciting episode of Taxi TV Live. Woohoo! Gotta love that. And thank you, fake band. Thank you, fake audience. And most of all, thank you, Happy Clappy. All right, so I bet you're wondering, man, where'd that come from? Let me get the chat room open so I can watch you wonder. There we go. Okay, chat room is now officially open for business. Hello, everybody. Okay, so we have a taxi member named Dave Skinner from Texas, and I think right before he joined, he came to Taxi and spent, I don't know, half an hour sitting in my office with me, and we hit it off, and I really like Dave. And he's an avid watcher of Taxi TV. I'll bet you he's in the chat room or in the audience today waiting to see if Happy Clappy showed up. So a box showed up the other day, and I don't remember ordering anything from Amazon, and it was a big clunky box. I opened it up and I went, what the heck is that? So I took the enclosed tool. It's kind of like IKEA, where you put stuff together, and put this little gem together. And now I'm going to read you the enclosed letter from Mr. Dave Skinner. Dear Michael, when I first heard the words Happy Clap Q and read about it in Dean Crapane's books, I envisioned exactly what you are unwrapping now. He's very literal, Dave is. Enclosed is your own personal one and only Happy Clappy Q. Fake applause. Excuse me. That's real applause. It's just sampled. It's fake audience, though. An office conversation piece I built for you, inspired by Taxi itself and by your mail-in stuff to Michael show on Taxi TV, which we did a few months ago. Let's see, where are we? Yes, a Disney stuffed toy. I'm guessing these used to be probably Mickey Mouse's hands, maybe Minnie Mouse. An Audio-Technica microphone dust cover, which is this black velveteen thing. Dust cover once gave their lives in your honor. Assembly instructions are attached. I figured at least once you might feature Happy on the show as real audience clapping to go with your fake, which I did, audience applause sound effect. Isn't the music business fun? Most of the time it is, Dave. Why would I put in some time, effort, and a few bucks into this? The reason is that you offered me what I retired from 3 years ago, an ethical organization that was values-driven. The values that are referred to are several. Always do the right thing, respect for the individual, spirit of partnership as opposed to the cutthroat competition, even though we're technically competitors. I think Dave means, I'm sure he means our members. Spirit of caring, and respect for the common direction of the organization. I was in a marketing and distribution organization for 31 years with a far-flung network of branch offices. This is Dave talking now. Far-flung network of branch offices, each staffed with a single entrepreneur and a support staff person. Keeping 14,000 of these branches aligned and dedicated to put customers' interests first required a very strong culture, both in the home office and in the field. Sound familiar? Yep, Dave, it does. Your challenge was even greater, though. The thousands of participants in your case were not employees, but independent contractors and not subject to termination or any discipline. Damn, I wish they were. You're truly a leader of volunteers who can come and go as they wish. To execute a leadership plan at that level without a net, so to speak, is an amazing accomplishment. Thank you for realizing that, David. I appreciate that more than you know. The fear I had when I retired was that I would not find in the music business a similar organization that was values-driven and ethical. My fear was unfounded. Even though I'm only 18 months into the 5-year plan, I can see where this is all headed. So congratulations and best wishes for the next 25 fun-filled years of Taxi. Fake applause. Dave, I can't tell you how much I appreciate Happy Clappy. Notice I've got the subscribe sign. I added that so I wouldn't have to remember to hold it up, and going to hold up that. Please like us if you're watching the YouTube version of the show. It's right down there in the corner. Just click those buttons. You know, what the heck? Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Anyway, I really appreciate that you did this. And you guys, I'm sure Dave will be at the road rally. You got to meet him. He's a very gregarious, very genuine, good man. And I'm really happy that you're doing something that you've always wanted to do in your retirement. And I literally, I never say this, but I have no doubt that you're going to achieve your goals, because that's just the way you're built, the way you operate, and I'm happy that you're using Taxi to get there. So thank you for Happy Clappy. Thank you for this kind letter. Thank you for the spirit that's behind this. And I am going to get on with the show, and I've got to move Happy Clappy over. Sorry. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you guys this part. Let me find some scissors here, do a little operation on this part. Okay. Notice Happy Clappy cue. This is a pull cue that this whole rig is mounted on. Oh, and I should read you, yes, before I move it out of the camera's view so I can get close to the machine, I'm going to use the computer for the songs today. There's a plaque on here, which, there's the plaque. It says, Happy Clappy Cue, presented to Michael Lasko in recognition of the 25th anniversary of Taxi. Thank you for founding and fostering a community of partnership and caring. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it very, very much. Happy Clappy's going over here so I can get a little closer to this, and we will get on with the show momentarily here. Okay, there we go. All is good. I'm scanning the room really quickly. Want to say hello to AJ Hall, Asaf, Kano Beats, Charles Wilson, David Rhodes, Dean Turner, Diaz Collins, Douglas Music, Everest Smile, Gloria Covington, Glenn Johnson, Harlan Michael, Jackson 3, JDSKY, JD Sky, I'm guessing. Jesse Peck, Ken DePotter, Lori Wynn, M3 Lucian, Marion Infanti. There we go. Mark Doyle, Mary Band. Anyway, I'd be here all night reading these off, but hello, welcome to you all. Thank you for joining us for the big show. Okay, so now what we are doing today is reading. You guys are having problems again today because we've got really strong bars here today, and I tested everything really, really well before the show. We have exceedingly good bandwidth today, I might say. Anyway, okay. Today we are doing help us pick the top 10 for the Taxi website for the month of September. And I want to thank Bria, who took the time. I think she said we got like 120 or 130 submissions, and I think we've got 35 on this extra laptop next to me. And we are going to play a verse and a chorus from each one. Some of them I'm sure will be instrumental, so we'll do like 30, 45 seconds of those. And you guys will vote with plus ones. If you like something, plus one. If you think it should go in the top 10. If you don't think, I don't remember last time if we did minus one if you don't think it should go. She's only going to count the plus ones anyway. So I guess if you think it should go in the top 10, you think it's that strong, submit a plus one in the chat room, and Bria will total them up, and she will use those. She is the person that, no minus one, she says. She's the person that puts together the top 10 every month based on stuff that gets forwarded, stuff that the screeners flag and go, hey, this is really good, stuff that staff members like. Occasionally I drop stuff off in her office and say, hey, this is really good. Sometimes it's stuff that I hear on Taxi TV, makes it down to her place, ends up in the top 10. So without any further ado, I just love to speak French. We are going to start out today's show. Oops, wrong mouse. Here we go. And I believe that we announced the names because we're not judging these like we do sometimes when we give feedback. So we will give the names of the people whose music it is. And where did I put my sheet? Here we go. So this is called One More Chance, and this is from Steve Barua. And if I remember correctly, he's in Australia, so he may not be watching the show. Let's scroll down the list and see. Is Steve in there? I don't see him. I don't know. Anyway, here we go.
Have I lost this game? Do I feel no shame? This is not over yet. We know all the hearts will hit the shots like mindless dreams in a dirty glass. I've had my nights that crucified. Just when I started to think it was over, you say my name and make it rain. Trial is over, I'm waiting for someone like you. Oh yeah, 'cause I got one more chance tonight. Your comes a friend, yeah, I got one more chance tonight. Let's just dance, dance, dance.
Actually, like that. I'm not going to have the ability, got the ability, I don't want to take the time to turn around and fade everyone and be polite. So there you go. Cast your votes. +1 if that should make it into the Taxi Top 10 for the month of September. And while you guys are voting on that one, I'm going to go ahead and play another one by Pedro. Pedro, gotta run. What the hell? You can't run. I know where you live. All right, here we go. This one is, oh, I've got a piece of paper over here that tells me Anda Camingo from Larry Maggi. All right. Cast your votes. Peter Rahill says, this is why we need Taxi Radio. I just don't have the time to do one more thing, but thanks for the idea, Peter. Just getting all the blanket licenses, or not blanket licenses, the gratis licenses is more work than you could possibly imagine. When we've had to do that for compilations that we've sent out to the industry, it was astonishing how many people didn't get back to us to say, go ahead, use my music on a CD at the time that's going out to like 1,285 people. Amazing how many people didn't respond. Anyway, please cast your votes for Anda Conmigo by Larry Maggi. +1. If that should go in the Taxi Top 10 for September on our website. All of a sudden, everything just stopped in the chat room. Somebody do something. I'm going to keep the ball rolling today. So I'm trying to get to these rather quickly. So that I think we've got, I want to say 35 that are on the computer next to me that we're going to try and listen to today. While you guys are voting on that one, I'm going to go make the air conditioning a pinch cooler. All right, I'm back. Whoa, the power just almost went out. Did you see that? Hopefully our servers, everything stays up now. That scared me. Ooh. Do I have that sound effect? Not quickly enough. There you go. Okay. Okay, you guys are busy talking about wow, the power is literally going out as I'm talking to you, and I'm talking about power, like the lights. Interesting. Got to feed yeah, we paid our electric bill. Trust me, we're really good about paying our bills. All right, so everybody voted already for the last one? All right. By the way, for those of you who are having trouble, definitely make sure that you've got the most recent version of your browser software installed. And as I mentioned, we are making some strides forward to finding a new way to do this show other than using Ustream. Okay, yeah, we definitely had a brownout there. Everybody's plugging in their electric cars. That's funny. All right, moving on now. This one is called Terrified, which I am, that the power is going to go out. And this one is from our buddy Scott Hansen. Oh, wow. Turned off my high-powered music system. There we go. Back in action. Terrified by Scott Hansen. All right, cast your votes. That was Terrified by Scott Hansen and Nate Jones, I believe, is his co-writer on that. So cast your votes. +1. If you like that. Oh no, an Uber commercial. They're saying in the chat room for those of you who are not watching the live show. Um, +1 if you think that should make it into the top 10. And there are those +1s rolling in. Yeah, I'm looking at some other services. Unfortunately, to do them, we have to use particular software combined with the servers that belong to the other company. We're considering doing it on YouTube, but the chat thing is an issue. So, there are a few options. None of them are as great as Ustream was when it was great. Certainly from my perspective, because I need ease of use. When you're sitting here talking to a bunch of people and running the music over there and looking at the chat room over there, the last thing I need is to have more buttons to click. All right, we are done voting. Okay, moving on. This one is called Wrong Side of History. And this is from Jeff Halicki. Interestingly enough, on the file itself, showing up on the computer, it says Wrong Side of History Master in parentheses, and then down below it says Demo. So just giving you a little heads up on that, Jeff. Don't send it out like that to the industry. Here we go, Wrong Side of History.
Hard to believe it's been years since you drove off and left me. What in the world was I to do, stuck in this lonely place? How could I admit that I was wrong if you were right there all alone? And if I could take back everything I did, but I'm afraid I'm just a little too late. Wrong place, wrong time. You look so beautiful walking down the aisle. I'm in the wrong place, I'm on the wrong side of history. I had love in any innocence. Now he's got that diamond in his fingertips. I can see an uncertain look about you and a second guess tear in your eye. So I stood up and said you go away. That whole church made me look ashamed. I said I love you and I never saw it coming. I think the Lord just showed me the light. Wrong place, wrong time. You said I do, and turn the room on a dime. I'm in the wrong place, I'm on the wrong side.
Let that run a little long. That was Jeff Halicki doing Wrong Side of History. Cast your vote. +1 if you think that should go in the Taxi Top 10. Let's find out how you guys feel about it. It's tough making big decisions, isn't it? It's like, geez, I like The Voice, I like this, I like that, but does it go in the top 10? I don't know. Let's find out. It's up to you dudes and dudettes. Okay, voting is going on. I would tell you a joke if I knew any. I do have an Amazon Echo, the little one that's the size of a hockey puck. And yesterday told it to tell me a joke, and it actually told me something really funny. And now I can't remember it because my brain doesn't remember jokes. I can't remember song titles either, or my kids' names for that matter. Michael Mishna brings up a good point. Believe me, this has crossed my mind. You can't tell if it's top 10 until you've heard them all. That's true. So we're going to take totals. And then you'd have to go back and do a comparative analysis. Well, was there that third one that was kind of an acoustic song with a pretty female voice on it? It's tough. We could flip coins, but I think that would be hurtful. But I do have a righteous, too messy to get them out, righteous stash of coins over there. Okay, moving on. We are now listening to Somewhere, a song called Somewhere, and this is by, I hope I'm getting this right, Lainey Coleman. Whoa! I don't know what is going on with the power today, but clearly they're having an issue. And of course, it hasn't happened all day. It's only going to happen during this amazing episode of Taxi TV. Picked up right where we left off. Sorry, Lainey. Cast your votes. +1 if you think that should go in the Taxi Top 10, and that was Somewhere by Lainey Coleman. I was going to say, I'm really glad that I don't have a guest this week, because it would be extremely nerve-wracking to have a guest sitting here with me and have the power going out while we're doing the show. But you know what? I've got 35 guests. I've got their music sitting on this computer. Thank goodness both computers are fully charged and good to go. Thank goodness we have battery backup on the stuff in the server room. But I am saying that I'm a little bit scared of the way things are going with the power company today. Okay, so that was Somewhere by Lainey Coleman. I should cross these off so I know where I'm at. And now you guys are still voting? I think we're good. All right, votes are in. Oh, it's over 100? Is it over 100 today in LA? I have no idea, Charles. I haven't been outside. I have no friggin' idea. You would think I would have some sort of life, but I don't. All right, moving on. This one is called Blind, and it's by Mike Gladstone.
Spending nights out on the road, avoiding death's I home. I keep adding to them daily just to run off once again. The drinking numbs the pain, or at least the clouds of rain. So the liquor that'll kill me seems just like a long lost friend. Seeing you caught me off guard. The time alone's been too hard, and I stumble along my words without a single ounce of grace. Assuming you could read the desire in the need.
All right, cast your votes. +1 if that should make it into the Taxi Top 10. That was Blind by Mike Gladstone. I like the title of the next one. I'll tell you in a second as soon as I'm sure the voting is over. So you're watching our phones lighting up. Some of the staff members are doing outbound calls for the Road Rally. Don't forget the Road Rally. Do you know we've got somewhere close to 300 people, I believe, as of today that are already registered for the Road Rally, and we're almost a little under 90 days out. I haven't even announced the schedule yet, but I will tell you that I was working on Road Rally stuff this weekend, and I'm going to do a panel that's never been done before. In the history of the Road Rally, 20 previous years of Road Rally, I have never stood on the stage by myself and done like a one-man thing, but I'm going to, and it was largely inspired by this show. So I'm going to do a thing. I don't have the exact title worked out, but it's something on the order of "This is exactly how it's done," and I'm literally going to lay it out from. You want to be in the music business. You love to either get your stuff, in a movie or TV show. Not so much records. It's going to be more film and TV oriented. And this is exactly how it's done from step one, from that thought, from the inception of the desire until the day you make money. And hopefully keep making money at it. Or just get stuff placed and don't make a ton of money. I've been getting an education from our members lately that people really do care about the validation of just being able to say, look, I got a song of mine on a TV show. So there you go. No confirmation on Steven Slate yet, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, moving on. This one is called A Life Without Sundays. It's a great title, and this is from Joshua Meltzer.
Staring at the moon, I wonder where you've been, while all the lonely stars are shining in, floating up to nowhere, high above the drone where all I hear is you. Hey, 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 a life without you is a life without Sunday. Hey, 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 I still love you. The lover packed the suitcase, she walked right out the door. Now I'm standing here with no one. I'm scared that when I die, my life will pass before my eyes, and all I see is you. Hey, 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 a life without you is a life without Sunday. Hey, 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 I still love you.
All right, cast your votes if you think that should be on the Taxi website as part of September's Top 10 list. That was called Life Without Sundays from Joshua Meltzer. Let you guys cast your votes before I get going on the next one. I just saw Scott Hansen join the chat room. Dude, you were like 3 minutes too late. I just played your song. And I want you guys to know, because I do know so many of you personally, and people sometimes write in and go, do you pick favorites? Do you only pick people that you know? It's kind of hard for me not to play people that I know because I know so many of you. But just so you know, Bria picked these. I had zero to do with it. This was all this collecting of the stuff and going through it. I think she just takes them based on, they came in this order, and if they don't have anything wrong with the links, and if the title is there, because people send in stuff without titles, without names, with links that don't work, you can't download it. So if it's good to go in all regards, it makes it on the list. So it is always good when you see us advertise a show where we're going to do a top 10 list. It's better to be early than late. But there is no screening done. Okay, voting is still going on. I wonder, Scott Hansen says, damn, I missed it. Yes, you did. But Scott owns a restaurant. He says, on tonight's Taxi TV menu, we're serving our house specialty veal parmesan with spaghetti and served alongside our house salad and our homemade focaccia bread and a glass of Chianti with some fava beans. I actually thought of you, Scott, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Our daughter, Hannah, came home. She's living abroad, but she came home to be the ropes course instructor at a camp in Pennsylvania. But she had to fly into Cleveland Airport. And originally she was going to have to wait from midnight until 5 a.m. or something ridiculous, at the airport until the bus picked up all the instructors and counselors and stuff. So I was going to call Scott Hansen, because I believe he lives in Cleveland, and say, Scott, I've got a mission for you, buddy. But as it turned out, a bunch of the kids that all flew in on the same flight hijacked somebody's car and went to a relative's house or something. So didn't need to call you, but the thought crossed my mind. All right, here we go. We are moving on. Voting is now over on that one, so we're moving on to number 8, which is called Why Do Things Have to Change? This is by Freddie Kirksey. Freddie Kirksey.
Growing tall around the old rust slide we used to play on when we were small.
Thank you, Scott.
The merry-go-round got rotten wood where we would sit and spin around when we were kids. Why do things have to change? Sometimes yesterday seems better than today. I know why they call it the good old days. Oh, why do things have to change? The old white country church still stands where we exchanged our vows, but the front porch is falling in. There's a picture in my wallet of a family smiling back at me, but that was then, before you left. Why do things have to change? Sometimes yesterday seems better than today. I know why they call it good old days. Oh, why do things have to change?
That was called Why Do Things Have to Change? And that was done by Freddie Kirksey. So cast your votes. +1 if you think that should be added to the Taxi Top 10. Look at that. Phones are ringing off the hook. Apparently the call-in voters agree. Oh, man. I think the next title is related. It's called I Can't Change Your Mind. So we've gone from A Life Without Sundays to Why Do Things Have to Change to I Can't Change Her Mind. And the next one, I love it. The next one after that is called This Is War. This sounds like a divorce in the making. Oh, well. The votes are coming in. Nostalgia type movie. Y'all should go to his Taxi page and listen to the whole song. Yeah, I'm sorry I can only play a verse and a chorus. I'm trying to keep them all about a minute 30 to a minute 45 of playtime because we have so many to get through. And honestly, I should just shut up. But I've got to wait for the voting to come in. Okay. I think the voting is done on that one, so we are moving on, and now we're going on to a song from Chris Watts, and this is called I Can't Change Her Mind.
Silence falls like rain between us. I look up and I see her eyes cast down. She's in my head and I can't breathe, suffocating in her doubt that I can't change her mind. Do I reach for love only when she's leaving, turning it over in my mind? I could say that I'll be all she's needing, but it would be a waste of time. She said, this love is black and blue, so there's no loss in you and I. Only have myself to blame, and I can't change your mind. No, I can't change your
Gotta say, I really like that guitar sound.
I try, but I've forgotten how. I'm hearing what she doesn't need to say. Truth hurts, I can't make a lie. Said we're just another bad mistake. Do I reach for love?
All right, that was I Can't Change Your Mind by Chris Watts. Heard a great line go by in that song. Love is black and blue. What a great line. All right, cast your votes. I got to pick up the pace a little. Because we are just heading into number 10 now. I've got 35 on the list. And the show is halfway done. Okay, the votes are rolling in. Teed up next is This Is War by Amit Pandey. Amit spelled M-A-I-T, not A-M-E-A-T. Like, roast beef is a meat. No, it sounds like that, but it's spelled M-A-I-T. So votes are done coming in for the other one, I think. Okay. This is War by Amit Pandey. All right. That was and still is This Is War by Amit Pandey. So cast your votes, +1 if you would like that to go in the Taxi Top 10. Somebody commented, great, Publish One says, great music tonight makes me want to go write something. I feel that way when I do these shows. I hear this stuff. It's like, man, I want to go find a scene in a TV show or a movie to put it in. I had all kinds of ideas for that one. I'm just so proud of our members, and I don't listen to the top 10 every month, but when I do, which is probably 3/4 of the months out of the year, I usually listen on like a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, sitting in bed with my laptop. That's how, sadly, I spend much of my weekend. And I listen to stuff and I go, man, we have so many incredibly just great members. I'm so proud of you guys. And just there's so much good music out there. Next up, we have my least favorite herb. Song called Tarragon, but don't let that affect your voting. It's by a gentleman named Steve Sobiech or Sobiech, Sobiech. Tarragon by Steve Sobiech, part of the Soviet bloc. I'm gonna wait till the voting is done, which it looks like it just ended. It did. Okay, here we go. This is Tarragon. Oops, need to move that up a little. Tarragon by Steve Sobiech. Awesome job on that. That was called Tarragon by Steve. I'm so sorry I'm butchering your name, Steve Sobiech. Sobiech. So be it. Cast your votes. +1. Bria just informed you guys, I saw in the chat room, that your vote doesn't count until after the song has stopped. And that sounds like a reasonable request. So at least everybody is being, all votes are on a level playing field. There you go. Spit that right out, didn't I? Sobiech. He's in there. Thank you, Steve. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Beautiful playing. Great guitar sound. Sobiech. Now you got to come to the road rally, because I can walk up to you and pronounce your name. So make sure you're at the Taxi Road Rally, the best music convention on the planet Earth by anybody's measure. And it's happening November 2nd through the 5th here in Los Angeles. The beautiful part of it is that the hotel rooms, I think, are $135 a night. When you see how nice the rooms are for $135. You go, wow. The best part, I mean, not of the whole convention, but the best part of the whole lodging situation is the fact that you don't need a rental car, even though it's in Los Angeles, which is spread out over half the nation, and has the hardest freeways in the world to figure out if you've never been here before. Sometimes if you have been here before or live here. The hotel is like a mile or less from LAX, and you get a free shuttle ride. They show up every 15 minutes and drag your butt over to the beautiful Westin LAX. So go on the taxi website, go to the page in the menu bar. It says Taxi Free Convention or Taxis Convention, something like that, and that will take you to a page where you can register for your 2 free passes. You get one for you, one for a guest. And also reserve your hotel room, because last year we sold out our block, which is pretty darn big, but we sold it out like 3 weeks in advance of the convention. We had a bunch of people that had to stay in, like youth hostels or something, and you want to be at the Westin because that's where all the action takes place. That's where you bump into industry people in the elevators. That's where you'll see. Ask anybody who's ever stayed at the Westin that didn't used to stay at the Westin, and they will all tell you, yes, you want to be at the Riley Hotel. So there you go. All right, moving on. This is called Don't Know How I Lived Without You. This is by Mark Klempner. Here we go. Don't Know How I Lived Without You.
Whose glow fills my room. I see you there sleeping like a rose about to bloom, and a voice deep inside me saying something so true. Don't know how I live without you. You got the key, babe, unlocks my soul. You got the power to make me feel whole. You got the loving, Lord knows that you do. Don't know how I live without you. So I kiss you so gently, you whisper my name. Snuggle up close to me, my heart is aflame. Now I know you love me tonight. Just tender burning love, blazing bright. A bonfire of love at that moment when two are one.
Cast your votes. +1 if that should go in the Taxi Top 10. That was Don't Know How I Lived Without You by Mark Klempner. Cast your votes now. Now don't anybody start sending PMs or anything like that, but Mark, we run listings for the preeminent company that gets vintage music placed, and I'm guessing just by the drum sound on that this is probably recorded in late 80s to early 90s, maybe even earlier than that, and just keep your eyes open for those listings. They run fairly frequently, and this song would be a really strong contestant for that. We've had a lot of members sign deals and get placements through that company, and nothing gets people more excited than having something. We've got one gentleman who's got to be 93 years old right now, and he's got stuff that he recorded during World War II, and the stuff sat in his shelf for like 40, 50 years. And we finally got him a deal with this publisher, and he gets, I don't know, like two or three really good placements a year. I mean, he's had like big feature film placements. So, man, that kind of stuff puts a lump in my throat. Watching people's, dreams just finally come to fruition after waiting all those years, 50 years, 60 years. Okay. Are we done voting? Anybody else? Okay, we're moving on now. This one is called Sun Porch. Oh, I got to turn the volume back down. Sun Porch, and it is by Dan Richards.
On the sun porch, hair blows in her eyes. The day is sweat hot, but she is cold inside.
I ran long on that one. All right, that was Sun Porch by Dan Richards. And I see that we've got another one on here immediately following it, which is another song by Dan Richards, which I'm not going to play in fairness to the rest of you. I don't know how two made it on there. Bria, is Dan Richards your boyfriend? Anyway, Bria obviously made a little boo-boo there, so I'm not going to play it, but cast your votes on Sun Porch. +1 if you think that should be on Taxi's Top 10 in the month of September. This is Michael. Oh, got it. Thank you. That was Bria calling. And she said it was a typo on the paper list. So I am going to play the song following Dan Richards' song. And this one is called Sneak Peek by Chris Gilcher. Just goes to show, Bria's actually watching the show. All right, here we go. This one is called, are we done voting? Okay. I think we're done voting. I see no more plus ones coming in. So this is called Sneak Peek by Chris Gilcher. All right. That was called Sneak Peek by Chris Gilcher. Cast your votes now. Plus ones if you think that this this cue should go in the Taxi Top 10 for the month of September. And while you guys are voting, I will remind you the Taxi Road Rally, November 2nd through the 5th, here in beautiful Los Angeles. Did I say September? No, November 2nd through the 5th. I hope I got that right. What else can I tell you about the rally this year? Shoot, I don't have my document with me. With the stuff I worked on over the weekend. We do have a reality show editor confirmed for actually doing the work of placing cues live, not just playing cues and saying, this is what I'm going to do, or this is why I use this, but actually doing the work of editing cues, timing them, laying them into a couple of scenes from reality shows. So that should be good. As I mentioned, going to do a thing called Screening with the Screener, where I'm probably going to have maybe 2 or 3 screeners that are actually going to hear stuff for the first time and screen it like a screener would and tell you about their thought process. So a lot of people, this one came solely from you guys asking for it. So votes are still coming in. I think I told you that legendary songwriter, composer, they're, I don't know, what do you call these guys? Jack of all trades, master of all. A gentleman named Steve Dorff, who's extremely, not just entertaining, but he's just a class act and just has accomplished a lot of great stuff. I mean, this guy's been cranking out hits forever. He's got a ton of them. So he's going to be on stage with me. I'm going to do a thing called, by the way, he does a lot of country stuff. Country music's going to get a lot of love at this year's Road Rally. Cue Immersion, where we are going to just play you guys tons of cues and give you great examples of the types of cues that you most frequently see asked for, like hip-hop, EDM, got a prop for this one, happy clappy cues, and play you great examples of all of them and talk about why they work and how they're constructed. And I think it's going to be such an education. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, I don't have an official name for it, but I'm going to do something myself on stage this year that's going to be this is exactly how you do it. I realize that we give you all these disparate components of how to put together a career in the music industry. I'm going to stand in front of you and say, okay, first thing you do is this. The second thing you do is that. The third thing you do is that other thing, and literally show you how to build a career in the music business. So there you go. We are moving on now to a song or a piece. I'm not sure if it's a song or an instrumental. It's called Thinking of You, and this is by Derek Fox. Maybe not. There we go.
Late at night, I lie in bed, move my head over here. I think about you. I'm thinking all about you. I close my eyes and I rock my head. I'm almost near. I think about you. I'm thinking all about you. Eyes closed and thinking all about you. I imagine you waving hair, slipping my finger in there, licking you like ice cream. So long it makes you scream. I'm thinking all about you. Eyes closed and thinking all about you. My body's shaking, aching for you. My lips are quaking with the love I'm making, thinking of you. So
That was Thinking of You by Derek Fox. Cast your votes +1 if that should go on the Taxi Top 10 list for the month of September. Let's see, what are you guys talking about in the chat room right now? Scott Hansen's making jokes. Somebody said he's on a roll tonight. Yes, he should be featured at a sushi restaurant. I don't practice what I preach because I'm not as dumb as the people who ask me for advice. Spelled incorrectly, I might have. Oh man, you guys crack me up. Kenda Potter's asking if he went to Scott's restaurant and ordered chicken and a hard-boiled egg, which would come first. Oh, man. Piano, guitar, vocal keeps asking the same question. What are the best ways or protocol to approach music libraries and submitting music cues? And I saw several people jumped on you and said, do it through Taxi. You know what? Look, if you've got a bunch of time and you've got the ability to write really good emails and be really good on a phone, you can get a list of libraries and you can sit there and go through them one at a time. The problem is that you don't know which libraries are good. And believe me, there are a lot of lame-o libraries out there now. Everybody and his brother seems to have started one. There's some that are really big that are places you probably wouldn't want to be with your music. So that's why Taxi not only does the legwork for you, but we do the filtering of which companies are the ones that you want to work with. So just saying. Hey, Robbie Hancock in the house. Dude, how are you? Robbie says, you submit through Taxi, go to the rally. Yeah, people always want a shortcut. Isn't there just some magical thing that you can tell me about that, like tomorrow morning I can wake up and just do one thing, click one button on a website, and all of a sudden my problems will be gone. All my music will get picked up by a bunch of libraries, and like 30 to 90 days later, a bunch of checks will come rolling in, and it'll just be awesome. Not really the way it works in reality land. Um, all right. The humor is getting weird in the chat room. Okay, let's move on. The next one is called Red Dust to Red Dust, and this is by Don Weissmantel.
This planet is spinning out of control. And if it is, how would we even know? With the faces that sell us the nightly news are no longer telling us half the truth. They say we need to find some other place in order to save the whole human race. It's all the fault of the man-made machines. The blue marble where we live is no longer green. So we will be heroes and we will be stars. We were the first band in rolling the love, starting a new cosmic family. The hope for all humanity. I try not to be a major tall. You'll be the very first marshmallow. Hand in hand we'll do all that we must. Ashes to ashes, red dust to red dust. The moon up high, Earth still looks quite the same. It makes me wonder, was it only just a game? Who or what, if anything's to blame? There's only so much crusade for fortune and fame. Finally landed on planet 4. Took years and years and maybe more. This one small step is a leap for mankind. We must have been out of our minds. So we could be heroes and we could be stars. We are the first man and woman alive. Starting a new cosmic family. The hope for all humanity.
All right, please cast your votes now for Red Dust to Red Dust by Don Weissmantel, +1 if that should make it into the top 10. And while you guys are casting your votes, piano, guitar, vocal, I think that was the name said. I was just asking that question for a friend who's thinking about joining Taxi. All right, I believe you. I know I've seen you in the chat room before. That means you're a good person, and I believe you. But tell your friend they should be watching Taxi TV and asking the questions. They should go on our forum. You know, I was watching, I was looking at, where was it? I don't know, some other forum online a couple of weeks ago, and they were just going at Taxi. Oh, it's a pay-for-play service. It must be terrible. And admittedly, most of them out there, yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. But I'm astonished that when people show up and say, hey, I've been a member now for 6 years and my career started to take off because of Taxi, the other people in the forum jump on them and say, oh, you're probably paid by Taxi. You're probably the owner of Taxi. Mind-blowing. Trolls. Evil, evil trolls. I'm looking for the troll button. There's the troll button. We don't like trolls. Mojo says the forum is awesome. I agree, Mojo. Okay, the forum is free. Yes, it is. Taxi TV is free. The Road Rally is free if you're a member, and for your guest, it's also free, and they're not even a member. So there you go. Okay, moving on. This one is called Mausoleum, Mausoleum, Mausoleum by Lexi Scherer, or Sure, Scherr.
We are gathered softly to each other. Then I go and ask your mother. You said I gotta be honest, I'll never be the same. I am standing outside your bedroom, dressed like a mausoleum, hits like the hurricane. Oh, my body on pins and needles. I see the way that you left it pristinely, the way it stayed. When I leave, I'll feel the breeze, because you gotta go somewhere beyond the gray of an open grave, and we could hardly speak.
That woman with the lovely and wonderful voice was Lexi Scher. Song's called Mausoleum, and cast your votes now. +1 if you think that should go in the Taxi Top 10 for the month of September. Thank you for all the kind words you guys going by about my little rant about the forum there. It is amazing. It's like, I think it might have been Mojo that said they just don't want to know. Anybody who tells them their music's not ready yet, not ready for the major leagues, sucks. So sometimes, all the time, we have to be honest, and they can go, submit to what I call trailer park, and I don't mean like film trailers, trailer park libraries where anybody, you could send in, a chicken getting its neck wrung, and they would put it in the library. So, whatever. Waiting for the votes to end. Not that I'm trying to rush it. I just want to stay on track. Lori Wynn gives it a couple of people have given it a ++. All right, looks like the voting has stopped on that one, so let's move on. And this one is called She's Just New, and it's by Mary Brennan.
We've been together now for more than 13 years. We've shared a bed and held on tight through good days and through tears. When life wasn't kind to you, you would find love in my arms. You trusted me to make it better, keep you safe and keep you warm. What's going through your mind? What are you hoping to find? She's no better for you. I'm the one who understands all that you've been through. She's no better for you. She's just What can she give to you that you can't get from me? Is her touch any softer? Do her lips taste more sweet? When she looks into your eyes, how deep can she see? Are all the dreams you shared with me just faded memories?
was She's Just New by Mary Brennan. Cast your votes +1 if that should go in the Taxi Top 10. And yes, for those of you who said it sounded distorted, thanks, Bubbles. It was distorted here, and the volume, I mean, I wasn't blowing out the input on the software that's bringing this wonderful show to you. And my monitors weren't cranked up all that loud here, so it was distorted. Gotta say, really strong lyric craft in that one. Oh, by the way, speaking, I just saw somebody Synthman's talking about headphone amp. I haven't locked it down yet, but the good folks at Blue Microphones have been at the Road Rally in the past, but as part of like one of the retailers' many things that they're selling, at the on their shelf, like when West LA Music was there every year. Anyway, I spoke to a friend of mine named Ben at Blue last week, and they are seriously thinking about coming to the Road Rally this year. Now, what makes them fascinating to me is that they make incredibly good microphones, and some of the stuff they make is like ridiculously inexpensive for what it is. I mean, they have really expensive top-endy microphones as well, but they now make headphones. And they are going to bring headphones to the rally. If they come, if we lock this deal down, they're going to bring some headphones that will blow your mind. Their world headquarters is like a mile from our house here in Southern California, and I'm going to run over there and play with a bunch of stuff, and they told me they'd give me some to bring back to the office. We're even talking about the fact that taxi screeners I'm underlying the word taxi screeners may be using Blue headphones to listen to all your music in the future. So just saying, we're excited. I hope this comes to fruition. Yay. Okay, moving on. This one, you know what? Let's do two more and then call it a day. How about if we come back next week and finish this list? I think I did that last time. It's unrealistic to think I'd get through all 35 in an hour and a half, but I want to play all 35. So, okay, this one is called Electronic Life, and it is by Mr. James Shattuck. Here we go. See how much I'm cranking that up? That was called Electronic Life by James Shattuck. Cast your votes +1 if that should go in the top 10. I saw Scott made a comment that sounded like German porn music. None of us want to know how you know that, Scott. None of us. Somebody asked if he watches a lot of German porn. Scott says, with my mom. He's just being funny. Scott has a slightly demented, not slightly, he's very demented sense of humor. I'm sure he doesn't watch that with his mom. Oh, man. Just make sure you wash your hands before you make those pizzas, will you? um, I will say that track exemplified something we should all pay attention to, which is about, I don't know, what, 4 or 5 episodes ago, where we were talking about things like unity gain and all sorts of level stuff. That track was good. It was absolutely solid. The level was way low compared to everything else today. Everything else has been fairly in the ballpark. That one was way low. It's not a myth that music supervisors, library owners, anybody picking music, when they get to something that's that comparatively low, I don't know why, but they think it's a lot of effort to like turn up the volume and listen. They'll just skip to the next one more often than not, and none of us want to see that happen. So I'm just saying, get your level up there because that was a good piece. Also, as long as we're on the subject of music that goes well with German porn, thank you very much, Scott. For those of you who haven't seen the movie Atomic Blonde, there's my weekly movie review. Deb and I went to see Atomic Blonde with some friends last Thursday. Last Thursday? I think so. Anyway, I really had no idea what the movie was about. If you like spy action flicks, it was pretty darn good. Gotta say, Baby Driver, also really good. And the music in Atomic Blonde, I thought was really good. And our buddy John Houlihan, if I remember correctly, did the music supervision on that. So good job, Mr. Houlihan. Michael Mission is saying, can you recommend a good specific blue headphone model? It really depends on what you need it for. But I will tell you that I saw stuff on their website the other day that was like under $200 that I know people whose ears I trust are using those specific mics and really, really happy with them. Tim Walter said he loved Atomic Blonde. Did you know Charlize did most of her own stunts? I only knew that because I saw a thing like on AT&T Uverse after the fact where she was interviewed about that. And believe me, there were a lot of stunts. There was a lot of action in that movie. A lot of people getting the crap beat out of themselves. Okay. So one more. This one is called Perfect Love, and this is by Jack Douglas Miller. I like the bass and kick relationship in this. Cast your votes for Perfect Love by Jack Douglas Miller, +1 if you think that that should go in the Taxi Top 10 for the month of September. That was really funky. Voice very Michael. Huh? What? Oh my goodness. What did you mean there? Michael +1. What the heck you're talking about, Kano? No idea, dude. Let's see if I have anything else on my list I want to talk about other than the Road Rally coming up November 2nd through the 5th of 2017 here in Los Angeles. Seriously, I mean, look, for the price of a taxi membership, you can buy one ticket. Actually, it's more than a taxi membership. There's another large-scale convention here in Los Angeles put on by a very reputable organization, and it's, I want to say, like $365 a ticket for one ticket. And people who've made the comparison say the Road Rally is better. I'm not going to cast my vote because it would be uncool, because I own taxi, so I am a little biased. But people who've been to both would tell you that the Road Rally is the one where you walk away with more usable, actionable information, not just, oh, look at this big star we have on stage. Oh, it's so cool that you struggled for so long. Yeah. We send you home with stuff that gets you started. We have people who are earning a real living doing their music because of the Road Rally, because of what they learned, the relationships they made with industry people there, the relationships they made with other taxi members that they now collaborate with, all that stuff. For a membership that most of you in the chat room and most of you watching already own. You already paid for it. The Road Rally is free for you and a guest. So get your butts out to LA November 2nd through the 5th and come to the Taxi Road Rally. Go to taxi.com and click on the link that says Taxi Convention or our convention, whatever it says, and check it out. So there you go. I think what we should do is pick it up next week, starting with number 21. That will give us 14 songs. We got through 20 this time. We'll get through 14. I'll have Bria add another 6 so that we can do the same number next week. And then we will take a vote, or we'll do the tally at the end of next week's show to see who makes it onto the Taxi Top 10, okay? Diaz Collins says, I missed the comparison between the Road Rally and the ASCAP convention. Just go on the Taxi forum and ask that question. Don't ask me because I'm biased. I own the company. Go on the forum. Just ask the question. I want people to be honest with you. So thank you guys for watching. Come back next week for part 2 of this. I was actually going to do something else, but I'll push it back a week. And I'm getting excited knowing that I'm scared to death knowing the rally's less than 90 days away. But it's at that formative stage now where things are really starting to come together, and it's going to rock. It's going to be awesome. I will see you there. Oh, Sinceman's asking, can you stream some of the rally for those who just can't make it there? It's tough. If you've ever been to a rally and saw like how big it is and how many moving parts and how complex it is to make it all happen with a staff of 9 or 10 people, even with if we had a staff of 20 people, it would be really tough. Just having enough cameras to stream it and video switchers and camera people and all that kind of stuff, not to mention the fact the real value of the Road Rally is meeting the people, meeting your collaborators, your fellow members, meeting the industry people. There's something about the energy that's indescribable, and if you're watching a stream, it's going to look like ants sitting on a stage going yammer, 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 yammer. So be there or be square. Look forward to it. I will see you guys and gals next week for another exciting episode of Taxi TV Live. Thanks, guys.